Hello adventurers. So I'm here at Jurien Bay in Western Australia, which is north of Perth in Western Australia, and I'm on the way to a site to start a series of places to go that's easy touring, places to go where you don't need a big four-wheel drive with all the accessories. A normal four-wheel drive or a soft roader will be able to get to a lot of these places. So the first place we're going to go is Stockyard Gully Caves, which is pretty well all good roads right up until you get there. There's a bit of a sandy track on the way in where we'll have to use four-wheel drive, and then we're going to head north from there. We'll use four-wheel drive as well. It's a sandy track to get out, but it's not too gnarly at all. So how's this for a winter in Western Australia? This is winter. So for us this is cold. So for you guys that are overseas where it snows, this is, you know, pretty average winter's day. It's a little bit chilly. So anyway, let's get on the road and we'll head up to the cave and take a look. We're just here at the start of the caves, just got the utes here, got the big torches ready to go and take a look. So let's head off. So the paths here are all pretty well laid out, and there's an information, a little information plaque thing here. There's obviously a walk trail to the left, so you can go down there and walk the trail. We'll be heading this way. So these caves are cut out of the rock due to, it's an underground river system. So I've got the Wellington boots on just in case. There's actually some people just down there as well that came in behind us, and they were in I think it was a cruiser. And what else, Jace? Prado, was it? Yeah. So the river looks fairly dry, which is good. So this used to also be on the stock route, and they used to use these sort of walled in areas to keep the stock in one location while they were stopped overnight or for watering. And this is the mouth of the cave. So now we're walking into the cave. Supposed to be bats in here too, somewhere. You can see the river is flowing all the way through here. It's pretty jagged. The reflector. Stop you hitting your head. Quite big caverns in here. You wonder how long it's been running through here to make this happen. Big caverns. It's got a stalactite. And here's the other end. Light at the end of the tunnel. So look at that scenery. So you can see the river flows down here, cutting through this. Some pretty nice little bits of scenery here. So now we're heading from the north back through to the south, and we'll head up back where we come from. So there's a number of caves as part of this complex. This is the main one, and we might visit one of the other ones on the way out, see what that's like. They're not as developed or as big as this one. Try not to drop on any of this camera gear. Okay, we're now heading back through the cave, north to south. Oh, there's someone with a torch. Like a little hole burrowed up in there. Something up there, look. What's that, you reckon? Oh, you know what that is? That's to see if that rock's... Can you see that? Right there. That's to see if that rock's moving. That's a strain gauge.
Yeah.
To see if that rock is going to... Yeah, it's just a little manual strain gauge. It's got like a line on it. And they just drill it into the rock.
Yeah, right.
Just to keep an eye on it, yeah. So it doesn't look like the water ran in here that long ago, even though there's been a few people. It's all pretty soggy. Here's a rock they've put a reflector on so you don't run into it. Sticks down. It's like that thing at the back of your throat. It's like you're going into the, it's like, yeah, you're going into the belly of a monster.
That's a good one. How far does it go?
Another 100 metres, 120 metres, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's nice out the other side.
Yeah, okay. Don't
Just-
bang your head on that.
Yeah, don't run into that. So we're nearly at the end. There it is, there's the light. And that's from one end to the other, the Stockyard Gully cave. Back out into the nice green. So we'll head back to the car. There's actually quite a bit of activity here this time with people. So that's the main Stockyard Gully cave. So we're going to hop in and head north, and there may be another cave that we might be able to get to. But we'll hop in and go north and also have a look at the Lake Indoon campsite for anyone who's interested in making that the base. And here they have some picnic tables and amenities like that just behind me. Okay, nearly back at the car. Okay, so we're just going to head north and see if we can find another road to another cave, and then just keep on heading north until we get to the road. So let's go and see if we can find the track. It's pretty busy here. There's actually more people than I expected. Last time I come here I was on my own. So the track up here, from memory, from when I rode the motorbike through here, was really sandy and pretty closed in, so don't exactly know what it's going to be like now. So it's a bit tight in here, but you could get through. Been anything pretty well so far. So this road is pretty good. Even a soft roader would get through here. I don't think this is, I don't think you need too much clearance, and the sand is hard in so far, so should be no problems for most four-wheel drives, modified or unmodified, or all-wheel drives. So there was a few sharp rocks back there. If you slowed down and picked your line, even in a all-wheel drive or a soft roader, you probably would have been okay. just let your tyre pressures right down. But yeah, they were pretty sharp rocks. Some better tyres would definitely help than road tyres. But it's not a bad, mostly sandy road. So we're coming up to the end of this track from the main roads, not far in front of us, from heading north from Stockyard Gully. So pretty easy full drive track, bit probably more difficult than coming in from the south just due to the little patches of rock that stick out. There's quite sharp rocks, and with street tyres you'd have to be careful. But a pretty good and easy track. Stockyard Gully. And this is the main road, so we'll air up and or might have actually another cave not far down. We'll see how far away that is if we decide to go there, but otherwise we'll air up and get back on the road. So we're just going down this track, which may lead us to another cave, but I'm not sure what's down here. I don't know what we've come up against here. What's this? It's a gas pipe. Oh, it's a gas well. Let's go take a look. So it looks like a gas well. No naked flames, etc., etc. And there's another pipe over there. I wonder if they're used anymore. They look pretty derelict. If you look at that gauge there, that's sitting on 200 psi. That has to be, that can't be connected. Is that connected? Yeah, it is, right to the top of the well. 200 psi. So we're going to go down and have a look at this other well that's here. This must be a gas field all through here. Another little installation of some sort. Doesn't look like a well, but it's some sort of piping arrangement. Maybe that links the wells together. There's a track off down there. Oh, well, we'll check the map and see where this road takes us. Let's have a look. Well, those wells are pretty interesting. 83 they started. We're just going to head down here. This good bitumen road. I'll spin you around. Sorry, not bitumen, gravel. Must have been put in by the guys putting in the wells. So it's they're a good road. But this heads towards a lake, so we're going to go and take a look and see what's on the edge of the lake. Oh, there's another big well. Oh, let's have a quick look. This one's hot, this one's more. KPA. So we took a photo of the gauge to zoom in, and this one's at 600 psi. So you can see why those bolts are so big. I just like, they've just got the gauge hanging down off, like, just hanging there. You'd think at 600 psi they wouldn't want that flapping around in the breeze. Yeah. To snap off that pipe after a while.
I think it'll fatigue with the wind.
These tracks all go to gas wells. So we're going to make our way back, and we've got to pump the tyres up. I'm still at 18 pound. I'll go to the Lake Indoon campground and show you that, and pump the tyres up and head north. So our next interest, besides just travelling, is an old railway dam from the steam train era in Ajana. We're going to go past that and take a look. I've never been there before, but I've seen a picture of it. So we'll go there and we'll take a look at that, and yeah, just see what that's like. So we're just a little way down from the gas wells on the other side of the road, and this is the Lake Indoon camping area. And the lake isn't very full, so they're saying not to swim in it, but they have all sorts of facilities here. There's some water there, so it's suitable for drinking, and there's some ablutions, I think some toilets and showers. We'll go take a look. Last time I was here they were pretty clean and pretty well looked after. Yep, all stainless steel, and some showers and toilets. There's toilets and there's showers. Pretty good for camping area, pretty clean. And there's someone down there camping. And so there's some gas powered barbecues there, looks like maybe you pay for them. Those pay type ones. There's the boat ramp, but the lake is not very, looks like people have been driving in it. Lake is not very full at all. So that's Lake Indoon camping spot. We're just now pumped the tyres up. We're going to head to Eneabba, head to the highway, and then head north. And the next spot of interest is this railway tank at Ajana that I haven't seen before. So not a lot between here and there, just pretty well highway. So typical of Australia for the overseas guys. Everywhere you go in Australia, it takes you a long time to get to where you actually want to start the trip. So this is to get to where we really want to be, up north of Ajana. It's probably, I don't know, a 8-hour, 9-hour drive just to get there. So we took off early this morning. We're going to stop probably at Kalbarri and for the night there. So okay, back on the highway. I'll talk to you guys later. So just coming up to the 440 Roadhouse, just north of Geraldton in Western Australia. Just going to fill up with fuel, and then we'll top up again further up north, but it's cheaper here, so we'll fill up bulk of our fuel here. And I might also grab a Red Bull, just it's been a long day getting here, so I might grab a Red Bull for the last little bit. It's about 87, I can just see it, 87.51 of fuel from where I live in Perth to the 440 in Geraldton. So that's, what does it say? That's 11.5 litres per 100, because I've got the roof piled up a bit with stuff and I'm pretty heavy. I'm actually going to try and find a weighbridge and actually weigh the car just to see how heavy it is, because I reckon I'm very, very close to GVM. So we'll just pull up here and wait for Jason. Here he is. Okay, let's go. throughout the wheat belt, there's these wheat bins or receival points, and they all have weigh bridges for obviously weighing the trucks in and out. And some of them you can see through the door and see the scales. This one here actually has a readout on the. You can see the back of it on the side there. So we're going to go and weigh the car, all geared up and see what it weighs. Oh, right on GVM.
Lucky you got out.
Yeah, 2.9, and it's full of fuel too. It's full of everything. Well, that's good because I've got all that wood on that's not normally on there. Oh, I'm happy with that. I thought it was going to be over. Well, I'm pretty happy with that being under GVM, 2.94. So that means even loaded, fully fueled, I am legal. So that's good to know. And I've got a heap of wood on the roof. It's probably 50, 60 kilos of jarrah on the roof. So good stuff. Oh, let's head to the old railway dam at Ajana or Ajana. I imagine it's Ajana, since it's an Aboriginal name, I would believe, and it's probably more likely Ajana than Ajana. Okay, let's hit the road. We've just passed Binu. We're not far from the Kalbarri turnoff, the one that comes off the Great Northern Highway. So I think this is it here, Ajana Rock. Oh, I missed it. Pull up. So this is the turnoff. There's a little gravel deviation goes in here to Ajana or Ajna, and Jason overshot it as well. And this will take us to this tank, and we can have a look. There's a little bit of history about this tank. Let's go see if we can find it. Definitely a tank on a tank stand, but that's not it. I don't believe. What's that one there? That's a Ajana tank, but that's not it. I don't believe. There should be a really old one. It's in the ground. Must be here. This must be it here. Ah, it is, yeah, okay. So I think this is the tank that I could see on Google Earth. Not the blue one, but this old rusty iron thing. There it is there. So this was created for the railway line from Northampton to Ajana for the railway line in 1912. And I think the railway line stopped in 1954. So I'm going to go around the other side and see if I can get a good photo of that in the sun. Just about get the feeling that it's still used for firefighting or something. But as you can see, it's all dilapidated now. All falling in. It had a vermin fence around it at one point. And you can see it had gutters, so the roof would also collect water. There's a piece of it there. That's pretty interesting old relic. This must be where they got the water from. Oh, there's a big channel here. So there's a channel there, and then there's obviously some sort of filter there. To catch all the rubbish. Interesting. Oh, we'll go around the back of that. This is the original vermin fence to stop animals. It's a silt trap. Now walking up the channel. One leg takes off there, and this one keeps on going up here. What's the source? Source of the water. Where's it coming from? So it's turned from a cement channel into just a dirt channel, and that's a rise coming down, and this is sort of rocky, so I'm guessing they just harvested the water from the surface as it come down here into this channel and into the dam. There's no granite rock or anything else feeding it. Should come out of the cars soon. There's birds allowed. So we're back out at the tank stand, and there's the cars there. So we're just looking through here because we reckon it was steam trains, not that I know, but there's a big tank there that would have been for probably filling them up. So the underground tank they would have pumped up to the overhead tank, and this here would have been the Northampton Ajana railway line. This is where it would have sat, on top of this lump of dirt. Oh, it's all pretty muddy. Right here. So this mound of dirt is where the railway line was. And if you go down here, there is a culvert, which tells me that it was a railway line. Yeah, definitely railway line. So that's where the railway line would have gone across there. In the 50s they pulled this out. I don't know if you can hear those black galahs, they're everywhere. There's that tank, you can just see it there. We'll go and have a look. There it is, all made out of wood. There's a big pipe out the bottom, and that would have came out just there, coming down. That would have come out, and the train would have ran past here. All made out of wood. So there's all sorts of bits of coal laying around. As the sun goes down through the tank stand, look at that. we're going to head off to Kalbarri, grab some dinner and watch the Formula One. And that's the Ajana Railway Dam.